So at this point I have a total of 32 rows, and I'm finished crocheting my square. It's a total of 32 rows, starting to count from the middle, and you can count every corner, and that's how you're going to come out with the total rows that you have, or you can be counting as you go. So this is a total of 70 centimeters, as I said, as I had measured from my elbow to elbow on my daughter's hands. So what we're going to do now is we're going to see how to close it up. So I have been cutting the yarn because the distance was too big to bring the yarn up from each color. So I was cutting the yarn so I didn't have big pieces of yarn from each color change. So I have finished my row with my chain 1 and my single crochet. So what we're going to do now is we're going to see how we're going to mark the spaces to close up our shrug. So my daughter's elbow to elbow was 70 centimeters, and then I measured her back, and it's a total of 30 centimeters, her back. So I know how much big of a space I'm going to leave in the middle. And I'm going to leave 5 centimeters, an extra 5 centimeters on each side, so she can turn her hands and put them in the shrug easily. So that's a total of 10 centimeters. So her total bag is 30 centimeters plus the 10 extra centimeters that I'm going to leave in the middle so she can easily wear the shrug. That's a total of 40 centimeters. So I'm going to subtract 40 from my total 70 centimeters, and I have left, and I have 30 centimeters left on each side to close up for the sleeves. Because I have 15 centimeters, because 70 minus 40 is equal, I have a total of 30. 70 minus 40 equals 30. So I have to split this 30. So I have 15 centimeters from the one side and 15 centimeters from the other side. So you take the total back length plus 5 extra centimeters on each side so you can wear easily your shrug. So 30 plus 10 is 40. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to measure 15 centimeters, and on the 15th centimeter I'm going to put a stitch marker, so I know on each side I'm going to have the same amount of spaces to close up. So right over here I'm going to put a stitch marker. If the total centimeters do not fall into a chain 1 space, you're just going to move outwards and put your stitch marker on the closest chain 1 space. So I'm going to put my stitch marker in this chain 1 space, and I'm going to start counting from the chain 2 space from the corner of the side up until the stitch marker to see the total of chain 1 spaces that I'm going to be using. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 chain 1 spaces. So I'm going to start counting from every side, from every chain 2 space. I'm going to be counting 8 spaces to put in my stitch marker. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm going to put my second stitch marker in here, and then on the back side on the stitches right across, I'm going to count 8 spaces again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to put my third stitch marker in here, and then starting from the other corner, I'm going to count 8. I'm going to count 8 spaces again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So this is my last stitch marker. So I'm gonna fix my last stitch because it came out. So this is my chain 1 and my single crochet in the second chain. So starting from here, from this space over here, I'm gonna start closing up my shrug to close up my sleeves. So what I'm gonna do is, because I put my stitch markers on the wrong sides, I didn't pay attention where the beginning of my where I finished crocheting, so I'm counting the 8 stitches again on the other sides. Sorry if I confused you. So you want to start counting your 8 stitches from where you finished crocheting, where you did your last chain 1 and single crochet. So I'm just counting the 8 spaces on the different sides. So I'm going to take this stitch marker out at 2, and I'm going to count on the back side of over here the 8 stitches again. So you want to start counting your 8 stitches from where you want to start measuring from where you stopped crocheting. So you put your stitch markers on the right sides. So what we're going to do now is we're going to do a granny joint. So the joint is really going to be invisible, so you won't be able to tell that that's someone who doesn't know won't be able to tell that this is the space where you join, because it's not going to be sewed, or it's not going to be done by slip stitches. So what we're going to do, I'm going to do my 2 chains as I was doing to start the row, and I'm going to do my 2 double crochet in this chain 1 space over here, as we were doing in order to start each row. And that's my second double crochet, which is a total of 3, chain 1, and now we're going to go to the back in the chain 2 space, and I'm going to do 3 double crochet in the first space, which is my chain 2 space, on the back side of the square. So I'm going to do 1, 2, and 3 double crochet, chain 1. And what I'm going to do now is so this is how the beginning looks like. We have started joining the 2 sides. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make a set of 3 double crochet in the second space from the front side. So we're going to be doing 1 set on the first space, 1 set on the first space in the back side, 1 set in the second space on the front side, 1 set in the second space on the back side, and that's how we're going to go up until we finished up until the 8th space. So I've done my chain 1, and I'm going to go and make a set of 3 double crochet in the second space on the front side. One, 2, and 3, chain 1, and go to the second space on the back side, right over here, and make a set of 3 double crochet. 1, 2, and 3, chain 1, and make one set of 3 double crochet in the third space on the front side. 1, 2, and 3. Chain 1 and make a set of 3 double crochet in the third space on the back side. One, one, 2, and 3. Chain 1 and make 3 double crochet in the fourth space on the front side. One, two, and 3. Chain 1 and make 3 double crochet in the fourth space on the back side. So this is how our join looks like so far. It seems as if you're continuing the same design. So I've already done my chain 1 and I'm going to make 3 double crochet on the fourth space on the back side. Two and 3. Chain 1 and make 3 double crochet on the fifth space on the front side. One, 2, and 3. Chain 1, make 3 double crochet on the fifth space on the back side. One, 2, and 3. Chain 1. Make 3 double crochet on the sixth space on the front side. One, 2, 3. Chain 1. Make 3 double crochet on the sixth space on the back side. One, 2, and 3. Chain 1. Make 3 double crochet on the seventh space on the front side. 1, 2, and 3. Chain 1. Make 3 double crochet on the seventh space on the back side. One, 2, and 3. Chain 1. And I'm going to take out my stitch marker because this is the 8th space. So I'm going to make 3 double crochet in the 8th space on the front side. 1, 2, 3. Chain 1. And make the last 3 double crochet on the 8th and last space on the back side. 1, 2, and 3, chain 1 and cut your yarn. So cut your yarn, pull the loop, and tighten up. So what I'm going to do now, so this is how our join looks like. This is a nice way to join your squares. If you're making little motifs, little square motifs, it's a nice way to join them. So what I'm going to do now is I'm not going to turn the work in order to start over the next, the other sleeve. I'm just going to start from over here, from the inside part of the sleeve. So the stitches are in the same side. So I'm going to take out the stitch marker, and this is the first space, and I'm going to start by chaining 3. 1, 2, 3. This is my first double crochet, and I'm going to make 2 more double crochet in the same chain 1 space. 2 and 3. So I'm going to chain 1 and make 3 double crochet on the back side. I'm going to take out the stitch marker, and this is going to be my first stitch. And make 3 double crochet in this first chain 1 space. 1, 2, and 3. Chain 1, go to the second space in the front side and make 3 double crochet. 1, 2, 3. Chain 1, make 3 double crochet on the second space on the back side. 1, 2, and 3. Chain 1, make 3 double crochet on the third space on the front side. 1, 2, 3. Chain 1, make 3 double crochet on the third space on the back side. 1, 2, and 3. Chain 1, make 3 double crochet on the fourth space on the front side. 1, 2, 3. Chain 1, make 3 double crochet on the fourth space on the back side. 1, 2, and 3. Chain 1, make 3 double crochet on the fifth space on the front side. 1, 2, and 3. Chain 1, make 3 double crochet on the fifth space on the back side. 1, 2, 3. Chain 1, make 3 double crochet on the seventh space on the front side. on the 6th space, sorry. 1, 2, and 3, chain 1, make 3 double crochet in the 6th space on the back side. 1, 2, and 3, chain 1, make 3 double crochet on the 7th space on the front side. 1, 2, 3, chain 1, make 3 double crochet on the 7th space on the back side. 1, 2, 3, chain 1, and make 3 double crochet on the 8th space on the front side, which is the chain 2 space. 1, 2, 3, chain 1, and make the last 3 double crochet on the last chain 2 space on the back side. 1, 2, 3, chain 1, cut your yarn, pull the loop, and tighten up. So this is how our shrug looks like so far. This is the one sleeve. This is how it looks so far. And this is the other sleeve. And see how this last granny square right over here, that last set of 3, seems as if it is a little more outside. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a row of the shell stitch, and we're going to fix that up over there. But if you want, you can leave it like that. It's really not that visible. But what we're going to do is, to make it a little more pretty, we're going to add a row of the shell stitch on the inside part of the shrug. So this is where the shrug is going to be worn. This is how the back side looks like. So depending how big you make it, this part is going to cover your whole back from top up to your probably your waist or lower back. That's why we make it so big. That's why we measure our hands when we do that. So what we're going to do now is we're going to do the shell stitch, and the granny square is a very nice stitch to apply the shell stitch, because on the one chain on one of the chain 1 spaces you're going to start with your single crochet. On the next chain 1 space you're going to be making your shell. Then on the next chain 1 space you're going to be making your single crochet, and on the next chain 1 space we're going to be doing our shell stitch again. So I'm going to put on those, in one of those chain 1 spaces, my my hook. So now we're making the shell stitch on the inside part of our shrug. So pull the yarn under the chain 1 space, make one chain and a single crochet in the same space. In the next space, we're going to make our shell, so we're going to do 5 double crochet in the same space. One, 2, 3, 4, 5 double crochet in the same space. In the next space, we're going to make our single crochet. In the next space, we're going to make 5 double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Single crochet in the next chain 1 space. 5 double crochet in the next chain 1 space. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Single crochet in the next chain 1 space. 5 double crochet in the next chain 1 space, and that's how you're going to continue up until you finish all the inside part. 2, 3, 4, 5. Single crochet in the next chain 1 space. So this is how the shell stitch looks like so far, and we're going to do all around up until you finish this row. So we're going to do the whole row together. Five double crochet in the next chain 1 space. Two, 3, 4, and 5. Single crochet in the next chain 1 space. 5 double crochet in the next chain 1 space. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Single crochet in the next chain 1 space. 5 double crochet in the chain 1 space. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Single crochet in the next chain 1 space. Five double crochet in the next chain 1 space. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Single crochet in the next chain 1 space. 5 double crochet in the next chain 1 space. 1, so this is the same space where I have started making my join, my granny join. So in that same space, I'm going to do 5 double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make a slip stitch in the first double crochet from the set of 3 from my granny joint. So that's the first set of 3 double crochet from my granny joint. I'm going to put my hook in the first double crochet, and I'm going to connect those 8 stitches together. So that'll help us to continue our row with our shell stitch. So I'm going to make a slip stitch, In the next chain 1 space, I'm going to make a single crochet, 5 double crochet in the next chain 1 space, which is the other side where I have done my first set of 3 double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In the next chain 1 space, 1 single crochet. In the next chain 1 space, 5 double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 single crochet in the next chain 1 space. 5 double crochet in the next chain 1 space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Single crochet in the next chain 1 space. 5 double crochet in the next chain 1 space. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Single crochet in the next chain 1 space. 5 double crochet in the next chain 1 space. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Single crochet in the next chain 1 space. 5 double crochet in the next chain 1 space. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Single crochet in the next chain 1 space. 5 double crochet in the next chain 1 space. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Single crochet in the next chain 1 space. 5 double crochet in the next chain 1 space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Single crochet in the next chain 1 space. 5 double crochet in the next chain 1 space. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Single crochet in the next chain 1 space. 'So this is where in the next chain 1 space is where I have started the other row. This is the first set of 3 double crochet that I have done for my joint. So in that chain 1 space, I'm going to do 5 double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and as I did before, I'm going to make a slip stitch to connect those 8 double crochet together. I'm going to make a slip stitch from the first double crochet, now I'm going to go in the next chain 1 space and I'm going to make a single crochet, and on the next chain 1 space where the other set of 3 double crochets in, I'm going to make 5 double crochet again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And I'm going to make a slip stitch in this single crochet because it's the single crochet that I've started my row with, and it's in the next space. So I'm going to make a slip stitch, a chain 1, and I'm going to cut my yarn and pull the loop and tighten up. So this is how the one row of the shell stitch looks like. And what we're going to do now is we are going to close up the sleeves a little bit. If you like, you can leave them white as they are, but since this is for a 5-year-old, I'm going to make decreases. So I'm going to decrease the total length of this sleeve. So we're just going to make a few rows. If you have more yarn, you can make more rows and make long sleeves. Longer sleeves, but I don't have that much of yarn left, so I'm gonna make about 2 or 3 rows of decreases. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be making 1 double crochet in every chain 1 space. So this is like if we were going to be decreasing by 3 stitches every time, because we're skipping the 3 double crochet, the sets of 3 double crochet in the middle. So I'm going to attach my yarn in one of those chain 1 spaces. Just grab the yarn and pull it under the chain 1 space. Chain 3, this stands as our first double crochet. And go into the next chain 1 space and make 1 double crochet. In the next chain 1 space and make 1 double crochet. Go into the next chain 1 space and make 1 double crochet. So we're making 1 double crochet in every chain 1 space. 1 double crochet in the next chain 1 space. 1 double crochet in the next chain 1 space. 1 double crochet in the next chain 1 space. 1 double crochet in the next chain 1 space. 1 double crochet in the next chain 1 space. Double crochet in the next chain 1 space. And that's how you're going to be continuing up until you finish your row. So by doing this, you're decreasing by 3 stitches every time you make a double crochet in the chain 1 space. So you're supposed to have the total amount of double crochet as the total amount of rows that you had. So you're supposed to have a total of 32 double crochet. Well, if you have an extra double crochet, doesn't matter, but you need to have the same amount of stitches as your rows. So I've come to the point where this is the first set of 3 double crochet for my join. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make a slip stitch again from the first double crochet in order to be able to continue making my double crochet for in the next chain 1 spaces. So put your hook in the first double crochet, make a slip stitch. I'm out of camera, sorry about that. But I made a slip stitch in the first double crochet from the first set of 3 stitches. Make a double crochet in the next chain 1 space. And now we're going to make a slip stitch from the first stitch that we started. The first stitch was our chain 3. That's my first double crochet. So I'm making a slip stitch and a chain 1. So this is how smaller my sleeve has gotten so far. So I'm going to continue crocheting a second row. So I've made a chain 1, make a double crochet in the first stitch. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing 1 double crochet in every stitch. So 1 stitch all around. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, and the last stitch 33, and I have 33 instead of 32 because I made an extra double crochet in the chain 1 space where I've started the join. So slip stitch and chain 1, and I'm going to cut the yarn, pull through and tighten up. So if you have more yarn, you can continue making more rows. So even though I didn't make any decreases in this row, we can see that our sleeve has gotten even smaller, because after every row of decreasing, if we make 1 row with 1 stitch in every stitch, we can see how smaller has our work really gotten. So I'm gonna do the same exact thing on the other side of my shrug, on the other sleeve, and I'm gonna do this off camera. And when I finish, I'm gonna turn my camera back on again, and we can see how our shrug looks like. So this is how smaller the sleeve has gotten from the beginning size, from the actual size. But if you like your sleeves to be wide, you can leave it like that, but I think it's better if we make decreases. So let's work the other side of camera, and when I finish, I'm gonna turn my camera back on again. So I finished doing my other sleeve, and what I did, I made an extra row of double crochet, so each side has 3 rows of double crochet. I didn't do any decreases, but because I had extra yarn, I made an extra row on each side, which made my sleeve even smaller. And I didn't do any decreases on the second and third row. I just did 1 stitch in every stitch around. So what you're going to do is you're just going to keep working 1 more row around. And see how my sleeve got even smaller? So what we want to do now is we want to weave in our ends, and we're going to see how our shrug looks like when it's done. And you always want to try and weave in your ends in the back loops on the wrong side of your works, so the stitches won't be visible in the front. So at this point I have weaved in all my ends, and I used a total of 4 skeins of yarn, 2 from the pink and 2 from the multicolored yarn. So I used a total of 4 skeins of yarn. And as I said in the beginning, this is for a 5-6-year-old. And oops, I left the yarn over here. So this is for a 5-6-year-old. If you're gonna make this for yourself, make sure you measure with your hands opened, and make sure you measure it correctly. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe, and if you like the video, please like and leave a comment. Bye bye.